Hello, everyone, and welcome back to ReeRoles. I'm proud to introduce our newest chronicle run by a good friend of the channel. But for now, I am Ree, and today I will not be your storyteller. I will be playing Ardashir, our hospitable Tsimichi. And we'll go with Aiden next.
Oh, hi. My name is Kara858, and I'm playing Aiden. It's great to see you all here. Can't wait for seeing this chronicle ensue, and that's me.
Shetty.
Hi, I'm Di. I am playing Cherie, your just friendly little grandmother. Wouldn't hurt to fly. Don't worry about her. She's perfectly fine and harmless.
All right, Hank.
I'm playing Hank. I go by Sir Monolith, and yeah, we're just trying to we're just a normal guy just trying to work on building his detective agency, and know how he fell in with this lot, but we'll just see what happens.
All right, and last but certainly not least, our wonderful storyteller.
Hi, I'm Ari. I'm here to cause chaos and to put these people in chaos. It's going to be great.
All right, and with that, I leave things to you.
So, tonight we are starting in the city of New Orleans. City that has been standing for a couple hundred years, but none of our kindred have been around quite that long. Tonight it is a humid night. The humidity is at around 87%, although you guys don't quite uh feel that sort of temperature. But if everybody could please make me their rouse checks for tonight. Perfect, perfect.
I got a 6. I passed.
Yay! Everybody passed?
Yes.
I'm good.
Ardashir?
I'm
Cool.
good.
Cool. Well, as tonight you guys have been working on figuring out about Hank's past that was mentioned, the discovery of that unnamed cult that he had been tracking in his mortal life. Um, so for tonight, you have gathered at your coterie haven, most famously the restaurant that you guys have frequented, which I have to go back and look at the name of, but I think we named it is it the tavern? The Postern
Yes.
is
Postern.
your
Mm-hmm.
HQ. So that is where you guys find yourselves tonight. The head manager, Kim, has left you in your usual private area, and I leave this story up to you.
So, is there a reason we've been called together again so soon?
I'm
You keep
not.
talking like that, I might think you don't like us, Artisher.
You all are an acquired taste.
But we're a very flavorful bunch, you know. And besides, it seems like we have some important events coming up that might need some assistance with everyone.
Brew. In the near future, I'm still currently working on it. We are developing a gala to help benefit Cedric and his reoccurring problem with his PR and how he is not the individual of the people. So I have been hard at work trying to gather the necessary resources, clientele, and such to gather together and help benefit those that are underrepresented while giving a better light in Cedric's viewpoint at the same time. So, I guess kill two birds with one stone, as they say.
Right. And this business about this cult, have you all learned anything new?
Have we learned anything new?
Hank, did you bring any of your old documents?
I mean, if they I can't remember, did they specifically request them last time?
Well, I think you knew that they were going to be
Mm,
helping you look into it. So
that's
if you
fair.
brought them with you,
Sure,
you
he
could
brought
have.
the old case files, like wheels in a couple of those cardboard boxes full of like filing cabinet boxes, just blows some dust off them.
Cherie kind of hobbles over with her cane, like kind of scooches her chair back from her plate of etouffee that she's been picking at, and goes over and starts rifling through and see if there's anything interesting, any names pop up, anything that seems familiar.
Make me we'll do this as intelligence and investigation as you're searching through the box.
Oh, right. Now, I do have a specialty in academics for research. I don't know if that would apply here.
I will let it apply just because it's research.
Yay! So I get that it was intelligence and then you let me have
Investigation, but you can use academics if you would like.
all right. Yeah, because I would get an extra dice as a specialty, right?
Mhm.
All right. Hunger. Okay. So that's one success, and there's also a crit fail with a 1. So
Cherie, as you're going through this box, there's a lot of papers in here. They're not well organized.
mhm.
It's a bit frustrating because it seems like the filing system or what should have been the filing system got chucked into the bin probably 10 10 years ago. It's looks like somebody has just kept digging through it and put nothing back in order. So you have a bunch of notes and documents, copies of police reports. It looks like a mouse has chewed on some of the paper on the corner. Yeah, no, it is a complete disaster.
It may have been the result of me taking, if anybody's familiar with the show Always Sunny, it may be the result of me taking down a wall that looked strangely reminiscent of the conspiracy wall of Charlie's and stuffed it in a box.
Hank, this is we're going to have to work on your archival and storage facility, storage brain. This is not a way to keep documents long term.
Well, I'd all but given up on it, so it's been kind of on the back burner for a while. I wasn't super concerned with it, especially since I am the only one that looks at it until now.
Mia, would you do me the favor of looking through Hank's things and seeing if you can make some things occur?
Your ghoul, who has been working on a couple of things on his phone, just nods, kind of slides the box a little closer to him, looks at Cherie and goes, Miss Benoit, can I please see those?
Please, they're a complete mess. Complete mess.
And he's gonna look through them. Excellent. As he's shuffling papers around, you can see he is kind of got the box pulled a little closer to him, and he's making piles of stuff. Looks like he's sorting it out based on is this like a handwritten note? Is this an actual official document? Is this gibberish? Like he's methodically just sorting through it as you guys are talking.
Right, so it appears that if you're going to solve the ever so fascinating mystery of your origin, we are going to have to do things manually. Do you mind if we go and visit the area of this cult?
Absolutely not. I mean, it's been a while since any of them were there, but I mean, sometimes it's fun to visit the past. Ah, old times.
See Aiden give a few scritches to their pet tiger Baloo that's resting right next to their chair and says, that sounds like a plan. I need to check up on something first before I do. There's perhaps someone I may need to meet up that can assist with this endeavor. And Ari, so remember I sent a text over to one of the council members last episode to ask for a meetup. Have I received response back from the council member?
Yes, you received a note back that just said, "Let me know."
Let me know. Okay.
Kind of like hinting, like let you know which date and time that you want to meet up.
Okay. I think if they would have received the note, they would have mentioned, we'll say for a time later on, the same date like today, but at night, further in the night, later on nighttime.
You get the thumbs up emoji.
Perfect. So they'll look up to the others and say, very well, yeah, I can assist you with that. And then after this event, I have a possible contact that may be able to assist with this. So,
Hank, my friend, do you know the typical associates for these cults, for this cult? Do they tend to go after men, women, certain ages?
Hmm. They were mostly after, it seemed like, folks in their college age, right? Young folks, maybe very impressionable, um, easy to bring in and manipulate.
I am going to use a little flesh crafting storyteller.
What are we flesh crafting?
Do you want me to roll first or just
Sure,
describe it?
sure. Make your roll. Let's see what you get.
Wonderful. You sound so happy for me.
I am, because now I've got the other screen pulled up, so I'm watching.
6 successes.
All right, what are you flash crafting?
So, Ardashir is going to alter his muscles and bones to be just about 3 or 4 inches shorter, a bit skinnier, and kind of shortening his hair to make himself look more like somewhere between 18 and 24, and who has clearly played far too many video games for his health. And then he's kind of even adding some bags under his eyes to make himself look like a college student who's probably had a bit too much caffeine.
You all are sitting there as this is transpiring. Is this the first time Ardashir has flesh crafted himself in front of somebody or the group?
This would probably be the most extensive change you all would have seen, but not the first change.
Yeah, because he did it in front of Hank last time, and Hank was like, "Whoa, that's a cool magic trick."
Well, this is even cooler magic trick because it even does the hair.
Oh, wow.
I'm used to this. This is nothing new or fancy.
Dang, Archie, that's a neat trick. You're going to have to teach me sometime.
Oh, the price to learn how to do this would be quite expensive, but we can discuss it.
I'm sure we'll have plenty of time.
Say this in all good faith, based on sort of what you seem to be interested in, and I don't think that's an offer you should take.
Why is there something wrong with Mr. Archer here? It
No,
seems
there's nothing wrong with our dear friend. Just like he said, the price is quite high, and I don't know if that's something you are
I see.
prepared
Yes.
to recognize
I
to
I I I,
deal with.
I understand. I'm gonna have to make more money. I understand.
Look kind of over at Ardashir, like, really?
It is your right to inquire, but for now, perhaps we should make our way, well, amongst our peers. What do the young people say? Our homies? Maybe that's what the mortals were using a few months ago.
Oh, this may be a problem. Well, fortunately, as long as we don't talk too much, you and I will be, I guess, great avenues for bait. But I believe we both may be out of the picture for what's considered, well, this is an older term, hip, per se.
Is that old? That seemed only a few weeks ago. Well, it is not important.
There's a genuine smile on Ada's face, and they nod and says, "All right, I guess we will. I will meet you all at the location."
This will be fine. Absolutely nothing will go wrong. You are going to merge seamlessly with the rest of these human children, and this will be fine.
Let us go.
Again, Ada smiles due to the fact their age is actually around their age group. And there's a gentle, just a slight shake of the head from the false bravado as they make their way to the car and head on over.
Everyone is traveling in their own vehicle.
Mhm.
Somebody carpooling.
Oh,
Yeah,
no. We're the rich
Cherie
kids.
can't
We're the rich
drive.
kids. We definitely have our own vehicles. I'd be like, it'd be weird for the rich kids to be like, oh yeah, let's take an Uber together. Everyone, huh?
Can you guys still hear me?
What is this Uber? I hear these children talking about Uber. What is that? How does that work?
Well, you see, it's this fancy new thing that's come up. It's kind of like a taxi, but you do it through your phone.
I pull out my little like flip phone, like my senior cellular flip phone.
Oh no,
On
that's
this?
no. Maybe have to get you a little bit of an upgrade. I'm sure there's some cheap plans I can get you on. I mean, I believe that your budget can probably cover it.
The money's not the issue.
Is it the technology? My mom doesn't like that either.
It's there's been a lot of changes I've seen in my life. I know that I'm sure that you've seen things change, in your brief lifespan, and it's a lot to keep up with, and I prefer a more paper-based existence.
Oh yes, I've seen things. Terrible things. Horrible things. Well, I thought we were on the same age. Well, you were taking those years on fantastically, Miss Cherie.
Just to remind everybody, Cherie looks like the grandma from the Tweety Bird Western cartoon. White hair, like I
Okay,
think I'm
Hank's polite.
a little bit older than you, but I appreciate the compliment. Flattery will get you not everywhere, but quite far.
That's the way to do business.
Indeed, always be polite. You'll get it.
One of these days.
So with Aiden off, getting taken across town to the warehouse, Ardashir, will you be taking Amir plus the box that he is currently sorting through with you, or will you be leaving him here to continue to sort through the box?
Amir will join and he can bring the box as well.
There is gives you kind of a look when you request that he come with, starts like neatly stacking everything that he's already sorted, kind of crisscrossing it so it doesn't get um jumbled again, and like gently puts it on top of everything in the box before taking it with him. Cherie and Hank, do you have your own individual vehicles? Will you be traveling together?
Yeah, I
Hank
think
can drive.
yeah, I've got a car with a driver, but we can go together. I can send them off for the evening.
Take the rest of the night off, Clarence. I think I'll be okay.
Hank will take care of me. He's a good young lad. You go off and enjoy. If I need you, I'll give you a call.
Your driver kind of looks from you to Hank, back to you, and just kind of like gives a little like nod, like, okay, okay, I'm not gonna argue with her tonight. Hank, what type of car do you drive?
Let's see. Well, as Hank's got an old Cadillac, like an old Cadillac. There's no hydraulics in it, but no, he's not that kind of Cadillac owner. But he just likes the older style. You know, he likes driving a boat.
So Hank and Cherie are going across town in his land yacht,
Hmm.
to the warehouse. Aiden, you arrive first because you left first, and then the others will slowly trickle in. I feel like Ardashir will be the next one to arrive, and then Cherie and Hank because Cherie had to dismiss her driver. Is a little bit behind. When Aiden, when you pull in to the dock area, there is of course, chain link fence separating the dock from the parking area where you guys can park. Does not look anybody like is manning it currently. And you know that the warehouse was warehouse 5. So you are parked near warehouse 8. So you would need to walk down a few to get to the warehouse.
I
Are you
see.
going or are you waiting?
I'm going to wait. Well, first, what I'm going to do is, because Baloo is with me, so I'll be driving in a high end SUV, probably like a Porsche Cayman. So therefore, Baloo could be in the back. And and as I enter out, I know full well me walking around with the suit. This high-end luxury suit is going to stick out like a sore thumb, as well as perhaps get caught on any gates if I need to like jump any fences. I don't think a luxury high tailored suit is going to do well if cardio or athletics is involved. So they're going to neatly fold up their suits and put on some clothes more fitting of their age as well as the area themselves. So it's going to be flashy. It still is young, but it's like a Louis Vuitton hoodie with like a Louis Vuitton backpack, high end jeans, and some MCM shoes at the bottom. The jeans are of course well tailored, so at least is more of what his age group would wear, and still will allow the flexibility of him being able to ninja flip off of a gate if he needs to.
You are able to do so. Baloo is lounging about in the back of the SUV, kind of licking the bottom of his paw, while he's just kind of waiting and trying to see if he can come with you guys or if he's going to be relegated to car.
So
I'd say he has the bare necessities.
that's exactly what he wanted to make sure he had. So he's going to after getting finished changing, he's going to essentially take out some meat on some raw meat on the table on a plate, Presented to Baloo, it says, "Don't worry, we'll wait here for a while, and we should be back shortly. If just keep your head down, and no one should notice."
There is the most indignant tail flip from this tiger, who is contemplating sitting inside of the SUV, but also kind of also side-eyeing the plate of meat that you are giving him, and he's just like, after a while, you hear like the crunching as he's starting to eat. Kind of like, this is acceptable.
Don't worry, I will be back to give you more. And they'll give a few more scrunches across the top as he watches the gigantic steak just get devoured in front of him. But he's not. He's going to wait. Aid is going to wait for the others to appear, and they're not like a ninja that can infiltrate something like that. So they're going to wait for the rest of the crew to arrive.
Ardashir and Amir would be the next to arrive. Are you leaving Amir in the car? Or are you taking him with you? And also, what type of car do you guys drive?
Oh, he has a very nice SUV in all black. Very, very modern. Very modern kindred essentials. He will leave Amir behind in the vehicle, but he will take off his nice suit jacket and watch, and then he will make a minor change to make his arms a bit longer and his legs a bit longer to make the suit pants and shirt look clearly unfitted to him. And he is going to get out and look around and walk around, doing his best to remember how the mortals behave.
Oh yes,
But not
blessed
enough
life.
to look like a Slenderman, right?
You're blushing?
Yes, I definitely am
Yes,
blushing.
I do have the blush left.
I got a roll for that. So give me 1 second. If I get 2 dice. Oh yeah, we're good. They both was a pass. One was it?
As soon as you exit the car, you see Amir kind of put the box in where you were setting, takes the lid off of it and puts it like on the dashboard, as he's still like taking out the chunk of paper he had sorted and is just going back to it. You do see, however, that he has put his phone up and has the screen unlocked, so if you call him or if somebody does call him, he can respond quickly.
All right.
And then, as you see, Aiden's vehicle is when Cherie and Hank arrive in Hank's land yacht of a old Cadillac.
Cadillac Coupe de Ville.
Now we
cruising
know
on
that
you.
we know
Cherry
that
red.
Hank is definitely closer to living per se. So I don't even think Hank would need to blush, correct, to appear human-like.
Did you? That's a good question, actually. I don't know
I
much
don't
about.
think I don't think 14th generation has that specific thing. I'm not 100% sure.
It's a thin blood merit you'd have to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't do that.
So
Then,
their
yeah,
blood
you-
still need a blush like everyone
Yeah.
else. Oh, okay.
Let's see how it goes.
Uh-oh. You use a roll 20. This could be interesting.
Bones. I know.
This is
Got
the
a 10.
anxiety. Oh, okay. Yeah. You're good.
Critical blush of life.
Oh yeah. No. No.
So alive.
You don't
Same.
even with your crit, you don't even seem to like notice that you hadn't had it up. You're just like, okay, let's go. And your Cadillac is cherry red.
Oh yeah, kind of like shiny cherry red.
Very flashy.
Uh-huh,
So you guys are all parked in warehouse 8.
Wait, did Cherry blush life as well, or
I did, and I got a 9.
you passed? Oh my god!
I passed.
Holy crap!
I know. I'm not used to this, y'all.
See, playing a Ventrue. Playing a Ventrue is good. Good.
Yeah.
for the
Apparently, I
dice.
should have been doing this from the get-go.
Go for the dice.
But you guys are at the parking lot near Warehouse 8, which is a closer to the street than the others. How are you all going to proceed?
Yeah, Ada will look toward the others and say, "The gate is locked up. There's no one protecting it, or it seems there's no guard standing out front. So, not really sure how you wish to enter. Any suggestions?"
I mean,
I mean, we could always do the old-fashioned route of just
pretty sure there's a
flyers.
rear entrance if you want to be sneaky about it. If I remember right, unless they boarded it up. But or you can take boards off.
Yeah, perhaps there's a rare entrance. I guess we could look for that. Oh, Ada is also going to perform heightened senses specifically for hearing, so they could be able to hear any particular noises or anything trying to approach. So I guess we try to see if there's a back way entrance.
Thanks. Since you are already familiar with this area, you would know where the back entrance is. Um, so you would follow the link down to where the parking lot ends and the dirt begins. So you could follow that down, uh, mentally counting as you're passing the warehouses. Warehouse 5 was a bit more towards the ocean side rather than the street side. So where you would be coming out would be in between warehouses 6 and warehouse 3 because they misnumbered them. And so there is a gate that usually is left open. And as you are going that way, you do see that the gate is still there and it is not locked. It's kind of hidden partially more behind like some shrubbery.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it then. We'll just move on forward, get through there, and I'm just going to try to lead them straight to where I remember the back entrance being.
I'm also looking around. Do I see anyone paying attention to us, or does everything seem to be pretty smooth so far?
Make me wits and awareness.
Okay. All right. Plus my alphabet. Here we go. Oh, great. Okay. That's 4, 5, 6 successes with a crit.
As you all are following Hank towards where this gate is that will lead to the rear entrance. You're not near the street because this is more of a where the parking lot's entrance is a bit more farther away. So you're in kind of like this grassy, shrubby, somewhat marshy little area. You see near one of the trees, which looks like a couple of raccoons that are squabbling over a stale donut from a trash can a little farther down. That's kind of been tipped over. You can see a couple more kind of roaming about over there, looking for leftover workers' lunches, anything that was thrown away. Um, you don't see any people, so like there's no people around.
Perfect. He's going to remember where those raccoons are, just in case Baloo gets hungry in the future. But that'll be for for a later reminder. He could get a buy one get one free special, both the donut and the raccoon. but that's for later. Yeah, I guess we make our way inside.
Hank, you are able to get the gate opened with a little bit of difficulty. It does look like some rust has set in over the past 10 years, which is probably why nobody's mucked with this gate. It's a little hard to open. It does make a slight squeaking noise, but with Aiden's heightened senses, you don't hear anybody come running, and you are able to get in. And the path that this gate leads through is uh fairly wide. You could fit like a truck through it, but you're in between two of the bigger warehouses, which are closed up, and you don't hear any activity or anything like that inside of it.
Okay. Well, if everything looks clear now, then may as well keep moving forward. Nothing looks out of the ordinary, right? Hank's not like set on edge about anything, so. All right, well, back to the scene of the crime.
I would like to do some sneaking around if possible.
Okay. Where are we sneaking?
Before that, I would like Artashiro is going to flesh craft his feet to kind of make it so that way he kind of distributes his weight a bit better on the ground, so he's a bit quieter as he's moving. If that's, I don't know if you want me to re-roll for that one as well, or not.
Yeah, let's re-roll. Let's see how successful you are in moving your feet around.
Only 2 successes that time. I'm gonna willpower re-roll. I got the points.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that rolled too many dice. So I just re-rolled 3 of them. Hold on. Alright, 1. Alright, so 1 more, so 3 total successes. Oh no, actually it's 2 10s. That'd be 4, 5 successes.
Yeah, you are able to successfully fleshcraft your feetsies, and for your crit, you can add an extra, say 2 dice to your sneaky roll.
Cool.
Sneaky.
You say 2 dice or 1 dice?
2 dice.
2 dice.
So sneaky.
I'm gonna spend another point of the willpower. Five successes.
Noted. Where are you sneaking off to?
Just around to see if everyone else is walking straight, then he would be kind of peeling off to like the right or the left, and just seeing if there's anyone else in the area.
Make me wits and awareness.
I'm not as good at this role.
Okay, I believe
1.
in you.
Ooh.
Here it is.
It looks like a warehouse dock. You don't see anybody outside of the distant sounds of a raccoon squabbling over food from a trash can.
All
right. Hank, since you are leading the expedition, you remember it has been 10 years, so some of the warehouses look like they've gotten a little bit of a facelift from the last time that you have been here. So getting to Warehouse 5 is not nearly as confusing as you thought it would. But as you come closer to the building, you see that Warehouse 5 has not been upgraded. It looks like a dilapidated mess.
Can I see the door to get into the back, or are we not quite at that point yet?
You can see the back door. It's partially ajar. Looks like it's kind of rusted. Probably got left open in the rain, and it kind of just rusted that way.
Makes sense. Hank's gonna step up toward the door and pause for a moment by the ajar, rusty old door, looking at the building kind of up and down. It's been 84 years.
80 what?
No, it hasn't. You told us you told us it'd been 10 years. What do you mean 84 years?
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself. I was watching Titanic last night. Here, let's go inside.
I haven't seen that movie before.
They made a movie.
Of a downer.
I guess we make our way inside.
In more
Uh,
ways than one.
Artishi, are you walking in through the back entrance or are you keeping an eye outside?
He will wait to see if anybody goes in after them, but after a few minutes, he will then go in.
Okay. You do not see anybody go in after them. Hank, when you open the back door to this warehouse, it makes an unseemly, like, screeching noise.
Ooh, turn off with height assistance.
Yeah. Aiden, your ears are still ringing a little bit because you clicked it off with just enough time where it's not fully deafened you yet, but it's a bit discombobulating for a moment there. You're just like, oh God. But Hank, inside you see this warehouse. It looks pretty much as you remember it. Um, some of the furniture's been overturned. There's like a table. Uh, you know what the cops did not grab into evidence. Um, it kind of looks like it's kind of just been left behind. Looks like some people have gotten in here. There's a few tags inside the building. Somebody has taken the time to spray paint a very nice floral mural on the one side of the wall. Looks like somebody was using it as maybe like a little unofficial art studio for them to practice on. Um, but yeah, you see the rusted staircase leading up to where the offices would have been. But yeah, you guys are able to look around.
Hank pulls out a maglite flashlight to kind of illuminate the area since it's a little dark in here. Oh, that's new. As he looks at the graffiti, he's like, oh, that actually looks nicer than it used to.
Aiden is going to switch his height of senses to sight instead of hearing, especially as he notices there's more rustiness around. So who knows what how many high screeching noises is going to continue to arrive. They're going to look for any type of symbols that has an occult nature to it. If there's any aspect of it that gives a kindred feel per se.
Go ahead and make me a with an intelligence and occult roll.
Okay.
I have eyes of the beast.
To Hank, Cherie, and Aiden, Ardashir has got eyes are glowing with that unnatural red glow that, at least for Cherie and Aiden, who have been around Kindred before, know that they are peering in through the darkness.
I kind of roll my eyes when I see Ardashir's eyes start glowing and go, show off.
Full of tricks, Artisher.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. 4 successes.
For symbols, you look at some of like the. Are you fixed on one particular area or just kind of scanning?
Scanning around just to see if they could be able to notate if any of these symbols or items or writing gives a kindred feel per se.
A couple of the tag marks on the wall, are a couple Bruja symbols. Looks like the rebellious clan has been in here, kind of not quite marking their territory, but kind of like just tagging it as a yo, so and so came through. We were here, kind of. The other symbols, normal taggings. The floral piece is nice. No kindred symbology there. Since you did roll with a cult, um, you do pick out a few like of the symbols of the flowers, as you kind of gaze by them, but it's kind of like, love, platonic feelings, kind of like just really nice picture of art. Looks like somebody was, just doodling. The overturned furniture, couple of the symbols carved onto the surface of it, are occult in nature. Hippies are kind of everywhere. It happens. Um, the symbols carved onto the table. Um, One of them is the alchemical symbol for sulfur. and the other one is an alchemical symbol for Mercury.
Oh. So I walk around like Vanna White from Wheel of Fortune, presenting my arms towards these symbols associated with the Bruja. It says, well, this is clearly the Bruja clan attempting to annotate their territory. Even though I don't believe this is theirs, maybe it's just to show off. But this is definitely a Bruja origin. However, these, and he slowly makes his way over to the alchemical symbols, states these are unique in that this symbol here looks to be the symbol for sulfur, and this symbol here seems to be the alchemical symbol for mercury. Does this ring a bell to anyone? Is this he looks towards Hank. It's like, is this important in Thin Blood, your Thin Blood alchemy by chance?
Thin Blood. I don't know what a Thin Blood is.
Oh, sorry, Dustborn.
I'm curious about. I'm curious about this Bruja. Is it some kind of gang? I haven't heard of them before. Be right back.
It might as well be.
Yes.
And in my age, my long years, have I heard of any of this before, storyteller?
Any of what specifically?
Anything about sulfur, the element of mercury or whatever that Aiden is talking about?
Roll me some intelligence and occult.
Not very good at
Cherie,
that
if you would
roll.
like to as well, because you are also really good with the occults.
Thank you, I am.
Where were these symbols located at on again? I know the Bruja
On-
symbol was on the wall.
The symbols were carved into the table that's kind of tipped over.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Guess
Oh,
who's
no.
back again? One success. Luckily, only
Yeah,
one of
two.
them was a one. But yeah, one success.
I got two successes.
Our Ardashir got two. Okay.
As long as we get one success instead of bestial, right?
Yeah, which is good. Which is good.
I'm hoping Cherie has off like 7 dots in willpower. That's what I'm hoping right now.
Yeah, Cherie, did you want to roll any willpower? Reroll 3 dice.
Yeah. Let's.
We will let Miss Cherie use some willpower.
Yeah, let's switch these out and re-roll these 3. Let's see what's on that willpower. Yeah, no, that's still only one success. It's more 2s and 3s, so.
You need to get you need to get a cup of water, put it by the dice, and remember them where they can end up at the end of the night. But yeah,
These are all the dice that have gone to jail so far today.
so for Cherie, you would know that sulfur and mercury are part of the 3 primes for alchemy. The other one is escaping your mind. But you do know that sulfur often represents dryness, heat, but it can also represent expansion and dissolution, whereas mercury can represent fusibility or volatility. Ardashir, you would know all of that, what I have mentioned, but you would know that the other one of the 3 primes is salt. So in alchemy, salt represents purification. So you would know with all 3 of those, they are considered the 3 primes of alchemy.
I was under the impression that the mortals had given up on alchemy over several centuries ago.
Well, these are mortals.
I
Some kind of
doubt.
strange magic workers. I mean, I didn't think that magic was real either until I started dabbling in my late wife's old books, and so who knows what these folks are into.
So we see the sulfur and the mercury. Can I look around for a salt symbol somewhere?
Sure,
To see if there's a missing puzzle piece.
make me a let's do wits awareness.
Can I jump on that roll just to be on the safe side?
Yeah. Go ahead and add a dice for Aiden's assistance.
Okay. To hunger, and then I've got to awareness, and then one more for the assist. Okay. Nope. That's 3 9s, so that's a crit, and then a
tens are crits.
Oh, 10s are crits.
2 10s.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 10s. All right. So no, but it is still 4 successes. 6, 3 9s.
4 successes. Excellent. As you are looking around, you double check the table just to make sure it's not hidden underneath. You
looking things with my stick, lifting it up.
Do not see it there. You could gather that just because you don't see anything on the table, that table's off bounds. It was probably an item or something that was on the table would have contained that third symbol. And as you're looking around, you can see like what looks like a piece of pottery had smashed, and on the edge of the piece you can see half of the symbol for salt. Looks like the container that had the symbol on it had crashed onto the floor and broken. Someone picked up most of the pieces but missed that one.
I do believe I found another clue for you, Hank. Pick it up and hold it out to everybody.
So all 3 of the primes are here: mercury, sulfur, and salt.
Walks over and whips out a magnifying glass to look at it. Interesting.
Was there anything special that took place during that night by chance that you remember? Any type of what appeared to be magical eruption of these alchemical combinations by chance?
Well, it's a little foggy. It was more of a raid on the warehouse, so we didn't have a lot of time to stop and smell the roses.
Raided by who?
Well, at the time, I was still with the local police department, and I've been working on this case for a while. And, you know, we found we had enough evidence to go after the cult, you know, for trafficking and, you know, some other things that they were doing, and or at least we thought they were doing. And then I got hit by something during the raid, and then the rest of it's kind of like we came in and there's a lot of smoke and strange noises, and then I got hit, and then I woke up in the hospital.
Do you happen to have any contacts in the police department by chance?
I mean, I have some retired friends. I haven't been keeping too much. I mean, you know, he sometimes throw me a bone here and there, but not really keeping a close relationship with them. They don't get along too well with private detectives.
So they would be a possible avenue to extract evidence from this case that may be deposited.
Well, I mean, before I left the force, I got a hold of all the evidence that they had, or at least I copied all of it, you know, for my own personal sake, since they considered the matter to be closed.
So all of the evidence that the police department have was located in the arrangement of papers that Cherie was going through back at the postern, correct?
Yeah, or like documentation about them, you know, like some, like if there were physical items that, you know, are kept probably, you know, in evidence somewhere now, you know, that I mean, they had pictures of them and stuff that were part of that file. So yeah, I didn't take any of the physical items that would That would be bad if I get caught doing that.
Storyteller, am I aware of any Duskborn that kind of championed these symbols, or like, are there any, groups, or have we seen like these symbols located either in a particular area outside of this location, or has these symbols been spray painted by a group that we are aware of?
You have not. You have seen them on items in Cherie's um shop, just because she runs an occult shop and they are alchemical symbols, and she would carry some stuff. Andy, the council member for the Thin Bloods, does have like a tattoo that's like alchemically inspired. But again, Thin Bloods have their own unique abilities, so you think that's probably just something in reference to their specific things. You're trying to remember that would be about it. It's mostly either the occult or you've seen it on Andy.
I see. Aiden's going to take out their cell phone and simply take a picture of all of the symbols that are located there, just for safekeeping.
Well, it doesn't appear that these mortals or kindred are around now. So unless anyone has any other ideas, we should probably depart.
Aiden will look around on the ground and see if they can locate any type of footprints outside of their own, and see if they could detect, like, what is it, carbon dating, even though it's not really anywhere near as old. But how long ago those footprints may have been.
Maybe another intelligence and investigation.
Okay. 3 here and 2 there. Okay.
If anyone hears barking in the background, the puppies are raising the alarm because somebody is moving in the kitchen.
Ooh, I'm using willpower for that. 'Cause that was horrible.
I don't know if it translates through on my mic, but if anyone
Okay,
hears
much better.
tiny
No.
dog barking.
We've not heard
The
that.
babies.
Willpower is spent, but that was 4 successes.
There's kind of like dust and dirt on the floor. You of course see all of your footprints because you all have traveled all around down here. You can see a couple of like muddy footprints near where the Bruja symbols were. It's kind of caked, dried. Looks like it's been there for a month or so. And again, you see like a couple of more like dirty footprints over near where the floral mural was painted. You see like somebody left behind a spray paint can. That's kind of looks like they sat it behind one of the pillars and just never collected it when they grabbed everything. There's like a spot on the floor, looks like where they were testing their spray paint cans. There's like a little collage of colors down at the bottom. The other footprints you see look to be animal. You can see what probably is raccoon footprints. Some dog footprints. Because again, the back door was left ajar, so nature has probably came in here and walked around. You see some bird tracks. Looks like someone was hopping around on the ground. That's about it.
And these animal tracks, how recent were those?
Raccoons look like they were a bit more recent, probably within the past couple of nights. The dog tracks probably within the past week. Bird tracks, again, probably within that time period as well.
So, based upon what I can see on the ground, there aren't that many human tracks that came by recently. The latest being likely a month or so ago, and they'll gesture towards the Bruja symbol. However, there's quite a few animal-based tracks located in this area. dogs, raccoons, birds. And as you can kind of guess with Baloo, we have our fair dealings uh, with animals based upon the type of interest. So it could be possible that even the two raccoons outside that I was thinking about feeding to Baloo may be spies or assistants to outside forces.
Wouldn't expect
I
there to
would
be
say
too
perhaps
many.
Baloo needs a snack, just to be safe.
Well, I'm sure if we find any leads that don't want to talk, Baloo might get one.
Does anyone
Story.
besides myself have the ability to be able to speak to animals?
Of course not.
I mean, animals like me well enough, but I can't talk to them.
Ada smiles.
Storyteller,
Go ahead.
would I know whose territory we are currently in?
Make me wits and streetwise. Actually, no. You would know. The docks are the ministry's territory.
Of course. Let
Yeah,
us
not
be
surprised,
careful. We are not in our territory. It is wrong. It would make us a little better than the beast for us to go around causing undue harm.
No,
I'm not
one would be
surprised.
mad about a few raccoons going missing.
There's no surprise that there hasn't been much human activity around here. Look at the state of this place. It's been abandoned for a long time. Maybe even since the raid, from the looks of it, because it seems like these are leftover items from that particular time period. Now I don't know why they didn't decide to go back and fix it up to maybe make use of it some other way. Seems like a waste, right? To just leave it abandoned like this. I thought it had been repurposed at this point.
Very
But-
much so.
Yeah, but I don't know what goes through the minds of whoever owns these buildings.
Something tells me that there's more here that's beneath the scenes, especially with these animals regularly occurring at this location. But I don't have the full tool set to be able to explore this building in all of its facets. Perhaps the animals may be able to aid us in that endeavor.
You think we need to do a deeper dive?
Well,
With
it's
the-
one surefire way to see if there's anything being hidden. And I start walking around the floor, especially where Aiden's pointed out the animal and human footprints. And I start using my cane to try to tap to see if there's a hollow space underneath the floor or maybe behind the wall. See if anything sounds weird, see if there's something being hidden behind what we can see, secret passage or hidden room. Tap, 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 tap.
Miss Sharia is using that noggin.
She's
Yeah.
she's using her noggin.
That was literally what I was going to ask the raccoons, was if they had a specialty they were going in. So I was like, perfect, we're on the same page.
Miss Cherie, roll me some intelligence and let's do this as awareness because you are listening for something.
Okay, there we go. Oh, 2 successes! Yay! And one of them is a 0. It's a 0 and a 7.
Perfect.
More dice. Yeah.
The cane hitting across the floor, it is concrete. It is making that typical concrete noise as you're whacking your cane about. The outer walls, again, you're hitting what sounds like sheet metal. So you're getting that ding, 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 ding. You turned off your heightened senses. Excellent. So you're not getting the boom.
So it's on, but for sight
for
right now.
vision. Yeah, you turned it off
Mhm.
yours. So you're not getting the boom, 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 boom. As you get towards the back, which looks like where the staircase, the rusty, rickety staircase is going up, you're tapping your cane around, and from what looks like the upstairs, that this probably was patched over at some point in time. You're hitting along the wall, and it towards the bottom of the wall near the corner is when you get that hollow bing noise.
Fellas, here. There's something interesting here. What if I can't move anything, but seems to be a point of interest.
That sounds familiar. That is it covered by like what's it covered by? Like debris or?
Now that she's pointed it out, you can see where it looks like the metal has been cut along the top. Looks like it's been cut and then someone can peel it back and push it back into place.
Storyteller, would this place look like someone's home?
No.
Right,
At least
we'll
not the
open
downstairs. You open it without too much problem. Unlike the door, it does not give off a screeching noise as you peel it back. Inside is a little dark, but with Hank's flashlight, you can see that inside is a couple of brown paper packages that have been tied up with string. And that's the only thing that you can see inside of it.
I shall go first. And Ardashir will drop on down.
Maybe they missed some drugs in the raid. Or perhaps something else.
Are you able to, you're pulling one of the packages out?
I am.
Alright. And are you doing anything with it?
I would like to open it.
Okay.
If he's opening it, Aiden is quickly taking a few steps back just to be on the safe side.
Noted. As you pull it out and you open it, inside, wrapped in what looks to be cellophane, is a white powdery brick. And you have the feeling that Hank's inspection was correct. That there be some illicit substances being hidden in those brown paper packages.
Ardashir is much less interested and just tosses it back down there. This isn't.
Wait! Before you get rid of that, well, let's take a look here. Can I slit one of the bricks open and see what's in there?
You may. As you pull the package back out, what are you using to cut it? Do you have like a knife, your cane?
Yeah. I think Sheree does have like longer, sort of sharp fingernails, and she just uses like a really sharp, like long pinky nail in her left hand, kind of like split it open.
As you have opened it, and again, the it's kind of a little hard to get through, but you're able to do so. Inside of the package of illicit substances, let's say that this way before Twitch gets upset with us, you find a small vial filled with some red substance. It looks like blood.
And this is why you should never take anything at face value, my friends.
Aiden is going to switch his heightened senses to smell, and then is going to attempt to smell from a distance those areas to see if he can detect substances that's outside of the cocaine.
Go ahead and roll me your wits and awareness and add your aspect.
Perfect. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay.
Oh, this stuff is great. This stuff is
Ooh,
great.
crit.
You guys
There
trying
we
this
go.
stuff, it's great.
yeah, that is with the beautiful crit. That is seven successes.
You of course can smell the powdery substance. Thank heavens you are far enough back so you are not getting a passive high off of it. The vial is a little hard to smell just because it is sealed and looks like the top has been wrapped specifically. Um, but you are getting like a hint. You can smell like a hint of that coppery blood smell.
Um, and it does it seems like that package is the only package that had that. Like that's the only example of that blood package, or did the other packages also seem like they contain a similarly copperly smell?
The other packages are giving off the same scent.
Okay, so
And
yes,
there is 3 of them inside of it.
so A, they will look towards the others and says, "Oh, this, based upon what I can smell, they all have," and they'll point towards what Cherie is holding. So we have 3 different examples of this. And A, they will walk over to another one of the packages and pick up one.
It's drugs, right? Not anthrax?
Well, there's more than one. It's drugs, but also something else.
Oh, drugs based. Oh, no.
Hank, this is gonna sound a little bit weird to you, but they're using the drugs to hide something more interesting and valuable. Like you know how you see on I've heard stories and rumors of people hiding drugs and things that they wouldn't expect to find the drugs in, like teddy bears or whatnot.
Balloons up certain places. Yeah, all that kind of fun things.
In this scenario, the drugs are the least interesting thing that's happening here.
Well, I mean, we knew they were smuggling drugs. That's why we raided them. But
they're using the drugs to hide something else. This stuff, which is very much my business.
what stuff is this?
Blood of some type.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they be smuggling blood?
Perhaps has a magical essence similar to what you do. They look towards that.
As I mentioned before, it is, or at least was, a common way to blood bond people. It is. We aren't the only ones that can be bound by blood. Humans can. And from what I understand, these substances are quite addicting. It would be a good way to gain followers. Something I could see the ministry employing.
Well, I might be able to find out whose blood it is. I have an interesting ritual I came across a while back that has proven effective in a few cases, but I usually don't submit it into evidence at the courthouse.
I don't think that would be liable in the court of law, but I understand. This is perfect. That was actually going to be my next question: is if anyone had any sources or contacts of someone who could be able to determine the source of this blood here, because that could lead us on our next trail. But if you could perform this action, you might as well can perform that here.
It seems to be a little quicker than the lab work, but judges aren't much into the whole woo-woo.
Can you do that now?
Favors, but I prefer to keep them for a rainy day if this is something that you can handle on your own.
I may. Is how it doesn't. I don't need a lot. In fact, a small amount should probably be fine.
So Ada will pick up one of the because there was 3 in total. So if Cherie has one, Ada would take one of the bricks and put it in their back pocket, and then take the third one and then toss it towards Hank and be like, "There you go. That should be exactly what you need. You should find the blood system in the middle of the brick."
Well, I won't need all of it, but thank you. Let's see. And Hank just tries to kind of like carefully get out whatever, I'm guessing, vial of blood from there. Without spilling too much cocaine all over the place.
Now, just to clarify, is this blood sorcery or is this thin blood alchemy?
You're not
This is
sure.
Actually, yeah, you don't. Well, unless you roll for it, I guess you'll
Yeah,
find out. You
yeah.
may or may not find out soon enough.
You know, just because I am of a specific clan who may have specific merits that may grant them certain gifts. You know, just a case, Since I'm seeing it in front of me, you know, just want to be just. I mean, if there's a role it plays, I can roll it. But you know,
Hank, what are you rolling? You gonna make your roll, or you gonna do it
I'm,
later?
I'm. Well, was there anything else you need to cover before?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Why is my thing? Oops. Yeah. Wasn't actually planning on using this. There we go. I'm rolling for it. I haven't looked at any of this stuff in weeks, so.
I feel it.
Unprofessional.
That's why mine's nice and simple. It's an automatic update. I don't need to do anything. Most mines don't even need rolls. I'm just like, okay, turn this on, boom, heightened senses. Nothing to worry about. Super simple.
So it's resolve blood sorcery.
Oh, it is blood sorcery.
Actually, it's only DC 3. So, oh well, one of them's a 2, so technically 3 successes.
Okay. Aiden, you can make an intelligence and occult roll while you see him do this. For my sake, Hank.
It's a dab of blood from my tongue.
For my sake, Hank, what are you using?
What do you mean?
Which power are you using of blood sorcery?
Oh, it's a taste for blood.
Oh, okay, cool. Go.
Do I recognize blood sorcery? I am a.
Go ahead. Make a roll for it.
Yeah, if with a win.
Same roll. Intelligence and occult.
Resonance.
You know what?
Hank,
I'm
are
not
you doing
gonna.
on this?
It's a very bad roll for me. I'm not gonna make the roll. I have too much
You can
hunger.
identify who it belongs to, what it belongs to.
It's
Yeah, it was-
risky.
I was reading over it.
5 successes.
Pretty nifty power for a level 1.
Aiden, you are very certain that what he just used was blood sorcery. For Hank, so you did meet the difficulty, so on a success, you can tell if the blood you tasted is mortal, ghoul, vampire, or another supernatural creature, but not necessarily exactly what. Are you tasting the vial you pulled out, or the one that Cherie had in her hand?
The one that I pulled out, because that was the
You
one I
pulled
had.
out. All right.
Yeah.
You dip your finger into the blood and you swipe it across your tongue, sitting there for a moment, going, getting the bouquet and all the lovely stuff. The blood is not mortal. It is not a ghoul. It is not a vampire. It is another supernatural creature. And Hank, can you please make me a composure and resolve roll?
Oh no, it's werewolf.
Hank's about to lose his shit. He's like, whoa, so good.
And I oop. And I full flow and I ooped. Oh no. Oh no.
It's like 2 successes.
2 successes. As you are sitting there getting the on your tongue, and when it hits you that it is something else supernatural, and you kind of look over at your companions, the world is kind of warping a bit at the sides of your vision. Everything looks just a little bit brighter for a moment. The flashlight in your hand is almost sparkling for a moment. And for the rest of the scene, you are at a 1 dice penalty to your mental rolls, as you are a little high right now. But also that is where we're going to go and take a break.
All right. And we are back. All right. I leave the story to you.
Well, Hank, is currently feeling the best that he has ever felt in his unlife nor his life. Shuri and Aiden and Ardashir, what are you doing?
So I noticed immediately, I'm assuming, the pupil dilation that took place after Hank performed that unique ingestion of just a droplet of blood, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ada is just going to look towards Hank and says, Hank, are you with us?
Oh yeah, I'm great. I'm feeling great. Great. This is the best I've ever felt. I'm feeling great. Hey, can I get some of that blood? I want to see if that's the same as this one. I'm not sure. It's definitely doesn't seem like human blood. I'm not sure whose it is or what it is. All I know is that it's pretty crazy. Maybe some of the powder stuff fell into this last one, so maybe we should test a new sample to make sure it's
I do not believe this was the reason that we decided to come here tonight. Shall we leave now?
Yeah, we could check into it somewhere else, I guess. Might be better too, because I don't know, maybe somebody's watching us.
The less time we spend here is probably for the better. I agree with Ardashir. We should make a quick escape.
Very well. And I guess we start making our way back to our nice, fancy rich kid cars.
Hank stuffs the cocaine in a separate bag and goes to the Caddymobile.
Are you okay to drive? Should I call Clarence?
Aiden like shakes his head furiously. No, like no, you do not want this individual. Like
so good right now.
You see me do like this, and then like point towards his eyes, like take a look. Take a look.
Oh yeah, no. His eyes look like how cats get when they see something interesting and they just go full saucer. Yeah, no, he is having the best night of his life right now. And of course, as the scene will progress, you will lose that feeling because it was only a dab.
No,
so by the time you guys are already heading towards the thing, Hank, the sensation is slowly draining off.
And he's like, it's okay. Starting to, but it's okay because I'm still standing.
Which is very unique because substances like that shouldn't really affect us like it did. That's more along the lines of back when we were mortal.
I'm telling you,
Hank is a strange one.
The thing here, just a little too much of this white powder just floating around. It probably just got in by accident. I mean, I thought I was being careful, but maybe I wasn't being careful. But I guess now I'll have to be more careful.
I will discuss things with you all later. I will meet you back at the restaurant, or you can come to the boat, either one.
The Posterins?
Boats are fun.
The Posterins seems nice. I do need to make a quick visit. I'm planning on visiting someone, but I will see you all after my visit. So,
are you visiting some more tigers?
No, I don't really need any more than Blue. Blue is more than enough.
Yeah, I was just thinking you were like Tiger King or something. All these tigers and stuff would be pretty cool.
It is important for animals to have proper socialization. I know that people with cats tend to have more than one, but I'm sure you know best. Animals aren't really my thing.
Of course, I'm not saying that I don't have any more tigers, or that I'm not friendly with the other tigers. It's just that Blue is a personal favorite of mine, but there are more. and yeah, Aiden would take a look. What are the raccoons doing by chance as we're leaving the area?
As you are leaving the area, the trash bin has been thoroughly picked through. There's scattering of trash all around it. Two of the raccoons. look like they're standing on their like hind legs, look like they're like fighting with each other. And then the third one is like cleaning their hands and like washing their face.
Are anyone looking at us by chance as we're walking away? Or do they seem to be more doing their own ordeal?
Make me what's an animal can.
Oh, that's a great roll. Okay. And I get specialty because they're a herbivore, right?
Oh, they're omnivores.
Oh, okay.
Raccoons will eat anything.
Yeah, raccoons will eat anything.
Gotcha.
They're like possums. Anything. Anything and everything.
Bill possums.
1, 2, 3. Oh, 4 successes.
The two that are having an absolute squabble, are having an absolute squabble. You can tell that just by the fact that they're making this, like, weird noise, at each other, like they're having an absolute disagreement. The one washing its face is every once in a while, like, in between, like, the washing, will, like, look at you, and then go back to washing its face. But you're not sure if it is doing so because it's watching you or doing so because it is just keeping an eye on you guys because you guys are big and tall and, you know, humans looking shaped.
Is there a way to detect if a animal is fooled? I don't think so, is there?
I think I know since the beast allows you to perceive a beast, but I don't think if it'll let you sense if it is ghouled outside if you just go talk to it. Or Auspex. Which Auspex
Auspex?
ability?
Yeah, which aspects?
Scry this up. Scry this up.
Oh. That's a
Yeah.
high level skill to use on a raccoon, but okay.
Oh yeah, Rascal.
Okay. Aiden will look towards the others and say, one of the raccoons, the one that is washing his face, seems to be keeping an eye on us. I'm not sure if it's just because we're tall, you know, us being of human size, or if they belong to someone else. Just for your awareness.
Whatever this blood is extremely valuable, and they felt that it was worth hiding inside illicit substances. I think no witnesses, even potential witnesses, are not in our favor. We should take care of these raccoons.
I may have something, perhaps a little, that may keep things peaceful for a time while gathering us more information. Give me just 1 second. And they're going to use feral whispers to call forth a, we're near the docks? Let's a bird, some type of bird that's near the docks. Pelicans.
All right.
Well,
Go ahead and roll it.
scoop
I just got excited about pelicans.
Let me go ahead. I gotta rouse the blood for it. Oh, I get hungrier, so I'm gonna be taking a bite later on today. But yeah, let me go ahead and roll. I think it's charisma. Yeah, charisma. I don't know this one. I need 2 of these. 4, 5. Okay. Oh, nice. Crit. 4, 5, 6 successes with a crit.
And you're just trying to call any bird?
Yes.
As you put out your call, a few moments later, the most grungy looking seagull hops in front of you out of the sky. This thing looks like it has been through a hurricane, like its feathers are all ungroomed, like it looks like an absolute mess of a seagull, but it looks at you.
So as I ask for the seagull to come down, and I say, "Listen, I know you seem to have been through quite a bit, and I own a zoo, and we could take really good care of you. Make sure you're well fed, well taken care of, and have a perfect life for the rest of your life. I just need to ask you for one small favor. Can you do this
Yes.
for me? Can
Depends
you
on the favor.
can you watch, and they'll point specifically to that raccoon, and follow that raccoon wherever it goes, and see if he meets up with an individual my size. If you see someone that is my size, get a good you get a good idea of what it looks like, and then find me at the zoo, and they'll describe like a specific office building of where they can be found, and tell me what they look like.
And I will have food.
Oh yes, food, water. You would be the king of seagulls.
What is a king?
I will show you sometime. The king is a nice thing. It means a lot of people respect you.
Thinks for a moment, looks at the raccoon. Okay, but as long as I get food.
Oh yes, for the rest of your life, guaranteed.
Little hop and jump, and it flies back up onto one of the uh tops of the warehouses. It kind of just perches itself and then stares down.
All right. Ada will look towards the others and says, "All right, we're good. We don't have to eliminate the raccoons in case they do belong to someone. The Our friend here is going to monitor the raccoons and make sure if a particular individual come by, or if they meet up with an individual somewhere, our seagull friend here will let us know who they are or what they look like."
All right.
That way we don't cross any bad bridges in case these belong to some heavy hitters and we offend their territory. It could be possible that they may belong to the ministry, which is technically this would be their domain. Just to be on the safe side.
Well, seeing as how it's too late to change anything, I suppose that's where we are at. But I will say, you don't get to watch the turnings of the world by leaving loose threads out. That raccoon, if it is more than just a simple raccoon, has seen our faces, knows that we were here, and we are leaving with some very valuable products.
It has not seen my face.
Ada smiles, acknowledges, and says, "True, but if they actually belong to the ministry, we have no cause to be able to eliminate them. Doing so would be an offense to them. And if we were found, it would be a greater levity towards the situation than if we were just a form of the circumstance and could prepare accordingly."
Is this ministry another street gang I haven't heard of before?
I will meet you all back there. And Ardisha is going to leave.
As you approach your vehicle, Amir has been mostly finished with the box. You can see from the glove box he has some paper clips and like those dog clips that he is clipping things together with before he puts them back in the box. And he very quickly like moves the box out of your spot and just continuing to clip and place in there. Well, I finished.
Very well. I need to feed before we head back. And Ardashir will hold out his hand to Emir.
Put the rest of it in the box. All right. Okay. Wrist, neck.
Your rest.
Takes off of his jacket, rolls his very nice sleeve up, and just folds out.
I am going to take 2 points from him today.
Eesh.
Now who's okay to drive?
Surely ain't him. Ardashir got to take the wheel.
Yeah. You do take your 2 points, but you know he is in no state to drive. He's very lightheaded right now.
He's
That's
fine.
okay, Hank can drive for him.
He's been modified enough. He's good.
Oh, okay, you modified him. Yeah, he'll after like a little bit where he's like rubbing his temples, kind of like getting his clarity back. Will flip it into drive and take off. Where are we going?
Crash all over the place.
We're going back to the postern. And while they're going, Ardashir is going to revert himself back to normal.
Hank, Shuri, and Aiden.
I think mine would probably be last, but Aiden would be meeting up with the contact after this.
Yep. Shuri and Hank, where are you going?
Hank, dear, would you mind just dropping me back up at my shop? I have some phone calls I need to make and some errands I need accomplished.
Oh, well, yes, ma'am. I think we can manage that. Oof, man, that was some strange stuff.
It was. I would perhaps hold off on consuming any more of it until we get some more answers.
Oh, I mean, of course, it's not. I try not to make a habit of drinking strange blood. That'd be a little weird.
Well, just perhaps not the most wise until we have more information.
Yeah, I mean, my medical condition, required me to do some strange things, but definitely, like, this is a little out of that particular wheelhouse. I don't think that this is. I do want to know more about it, though. It's very interesting.
Well, perhaps if you'd like, I do have quite the collection of books. If you'd like to help research back at my shop, you're more than welcome to come along unless you have other plans this evening.
Well, pulls out his phone. No, I think my night's pretty free. Mon chéri.
Well then, do the shop.
Oh, he gets in the car.
Is it a bon temps rouler?
Hank looks back and says, "Oh, sorry, I don't actually know any more French."
It's not French, it's just what you say.
It's okay. I'll have to add it to my. I'll have to add it to my book.
Just means let the good times roll, sweetheart.
Oh well, we can get back to rolling later. We got to get home first.
Indeed. Onward, chauffeur.
Oh wait, sorry.
Oh, I miss horses.
I know. Burn.
And Aiden, you are going to go meet with Andy. Where did you agree to meet up with her at?
Oh, at the zoo. Home territory.
As you come in, you can see that she's already been waiting. She's kind of sitting on her phone. Looks like she's scrolling through Instagram or something. She's like looking at stuff.
So Aiden, of course, would have changed back to his very tailored, high-end, multi-$1,000 suits, fully dressed back up, looking back to I mean, he was studied before, but definitely back to the 100%, studying aspect to make sure that extra 2 dice comes in handy during this conversation. And they're and so they're going to make their way inside the room as Baloo kind of flanks towards the left hand side of the office, relaxing against the wall, but definitely keeping a close eye on her as Aiden approaches softly, says, "Greetings, it's nice to have you in our office."
Well, it's lovely to be here. I'm just kind of confused what you wanted to see me about. Normally, most people don't ask to see me, they ask to see one of the other ones.
Well, I think this is more up your area of expertise, and the others probably won't realize anything along these lines. And they take a seat and says, "Well, first things first, is there anything you would like to drink? We may have something available for your interest."
Oh, no, I'm good. I just, got out of a council meeting, so that was all boring. Do you have like a Coke or something? 'Cause like I'll have that or like soda or anything like that.
Of course. Is she blushed to life by chance, or does she still look pale?
She looks like she got some rosy cheeks.
Yeah.
I
So
mean,
that,
she's pale normally because she's, a goth lady, but yeah.
and Aiden, of course, with full blush to life on. Well, I mean, he already has on the higher end of the humanity scale to begin with, but especially with blush to life, will probably fit along those same lines. And he says, "Certainly, give me just a few moments," and he'll make his way over to a nice sized refrigerator, open it up, and see a large variety of different beverages from high end beers, IPAs, wines, etc. And then he'll make his way down to the bottom of the area of the refrigerator, which probably is where the sodas is at, and takes out a few Cokes and slide one towards her.
Okay, so what's my expertise that you needed?
Well, let's start with this, and then we'll slide forward the symbols of the alchemy that they see across the wall. I'm presuming that you're well familiar with this, correct?
I mean, yeah, it's generic alchemy mumbo jumbo.
Are you telling me you don't do much dealings with this?
Oh, I mean, like our stuff, yes. This is just like, I mean, we occasionally use it, but it's you don't have to use it really.
Interesting.
It's more of a preference for some, especially like the occulty ones.
What's so special about these that fits more line of the occulty ones?
Oh, I mean, it's a lot of the same stuff, like distillation, uh, that sort of stuff. It could also have like its occult meanings because like mind, body, spirit, that sort of stuff. Again, occulty it gets into like a weird gray area with like, and it all depends on like if it is a thin blood, how much like Witcher and that sort of fantasy stuff they were involved in. Uh, I yeah, like I've got the tattoo, but like I don't use this when I make stuff. I
Interesting.
use the periodic table and stuff.
And since taking office, how much passed out of information were you given uh, from your previous representative? Were you told of what transpired, you know, many years ago?
Oh yeah, I was elected and he pieced out. He didn't tell me shit.
That's not surprising. Well, just for curiosity's sake, were you around here, say, like 10, 15 years ago?
Uh, yeah, kinda. I was still person and I was in college.
So you were the kindred at that time.
No, I'm like 5 years on this path.
Hmm, 5 years. Do you happen to know who your sire may be?
Yeah. Deirdre who runs the 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 vape shop, uh, not just outside of the French Quarter.
Do I recognize him? I'm presuming so.
Run me with the streetwise. Let's actually see. Do you know who Deirdre is?
I don't think I got anything in Streetwise. Let me see. This might be my first bad roll of the game. Let me take a look. I am not Streetwise, I don't think. Nope, I think so. Okay, so it's just wits. This is not going to be good. We shall see.
You got this.
You can do it.
Oh wow, that is still 3 successes. Okay, I'll take it.
Yeah, Deirdre's another thin blood who runs the vape shop. Occasionally, whispers on the street is that if you want something maybe a little stronger, she could hook you up with it, but she kind of cuts it off at a certain point. But yeah, she's another thin blood in the area.
And what was the shop that she ran?
It is a vape store called Purple Haze.
And her name was Deandre. Okay.
Deirdre.
Deirdre. Ooh, I might need that spelling.
Hold on, I got you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ree.
Oh, I spelled that all wrong. Thank you for that was. I had Y's in there and.
No, I was so close. I only swapped the E and the I.
Oh, well, you were much better than me. So Ada will look curiously and says, "Wait, so this Deirdre individual is your sire?"
Yeah, it's like me goes her. And she's like, see for a moment, she's like mentally counting generations in her head. Grandma was a gangrel.
Which is it, Deirdre a thin blood? Oh, Dustborn.
Yeah, like me.
Think you call can embrace one another?
Well, as the blood kind of gets a little lower, yes, but it doesn't always work out. So I was like a lucky yay.
I see. Peculiar. So, I ask because there was an incident that transpired not too long ago. It is something I want to talk to you about, but I need to make sure that you have uttermost secrecy about what I'm about to discuss. And I trust you because you are close with my sire, so I believe you are trustworthy.
I mean, who else am I gonna tell? No one on the council really talks to me.
That is true. That's and I understand the plight that you're in. I think many of us do. And so with the direction that this is heading, there may be consequences that is leading towards your clan, and we want to make sure doesn't hit your area.
Would appreciate that. We've already got a bad enough rap as it is. What's going on? Oh, please don't tell me they're like making drugs again.
There's a smirk.
Oh, please don't tell me it's Matthew.
Before he takes out his Louis Vuitton backpack and shows the brick that they found in the area.
Oh, okay. So I don't know if this is necessarily us. You know.
But there's something inside of it. You might want to take a look and see. It'll slide over the brick.
Do you have like some gloves or something?
Yeah.
You see, she kind of like wipes her hands off, like pushes it back, reaches into like her purse she brought with her, and pulls out like a knife, like one of those pocket knives, and slowly cuts into it with like holding it away. You know if this is Ismail's, I was never here.
Yeah, that's what we try to determine. But we shall see.
Yeah, usually the ministry does this stuff. And you see, like, she cuts it open, pulls it apart.
Now, Ada is still doing wits and insight on her behavior to make sure this appears as natural as possible.
Go ahead and roll it.
Okay.
See.
Oh, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Yeah, she seems absolutely hesitant to open this, and you see when she even mentions Ismail's name, she's kind of got like this cringe on her face. Because everybody knows that if you mess with the ministry's illicit goods, Ismail is usually the one knocking at your door and demanding a favor in return. So like she absolutely looks like she does not want to be cutting this open just because of him.
I see.
You see she like uses a knife to like push it apart, and the vial inside, she kind of looks at it, and instead of blood, it looks like gray jello.
That is different than before.
I'm not
Yeah.
questioning what that is.
But you have no affiliation with this.
No. Look here. You guys already don't like my
So
clan collective.
just to clarify, I have no reservation or hatred towards anyone.
I meant like full-blooded kindred. Don't like me. I stay out of Ismail's business like no tomorrow. I, at most, have illegally did someone's paper for them. But
So-
I don't deal with this.
So are you aware of an event that took place 10 years ago that involved symbols more akin to what the dustboard used, placed across the ceiling and across the wall, that caused certain actions to take place?
No. Like I said, 10 years ago I was in college. I was focused on graduating.
Hey, was your sire around during that time frame?
Well, probably. I'd have to go ask her.
I know, we should keep it a secret. I could definitely take a visit in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to make sure because there was some information we were trying to investigate. And we thought you may be one of the best individuals to be able to reach out to, since all trails seems to lean towards the Dustborn, and you are their representative.
I know. Well, I'm not really their representative. I'm everybody who doesn't already have a spout on the council's representative. So, like, Lasombra, Caitiff, Gangrel, which is weird. You would think they would have one. There's enough bigger population. Like, everybody, like, Thinbloods, like, everybody who doesn't already have representative, like, that's me. I only ever hear from the Thinbloods and occasionally from the Caitiff because, like, the rest of them, well, I think the Gangrel are pretty okay with me, but I think that's grandma. But other than that, like, I don't really talk to many other kindred. You can talk to Deirdre. She probably remembers a lot. Honestly, any of the other ones on the council would know a whole lot more about any. You see, she kind of looks down at the drugs again and kind of like, with the edge of she's flipped the knife, so she's using the bottom part of it. Pushes it back over to you. Like, she didn't even touch the vial. She just kind of pushes the entire package back. Maybe not Ismail, because if you're mucking with his drugs, he's not going to be happy.
I wanted to verify that the contraband that we located didn't seem to have a connection with the Dustborn interaction that we saw at the location. And you pretty much confirmed that based upon your reaction to what you saw.
Well, I mean, okay. So alchemy could be us, could be the Tremere, like, because they use a lot of that symbology anyhow. I mean, I'm pretty sure Dr. Andrews would not let the Tremere carve stuff into a table, and usually they do a lot of blood. But again, could be either one of us. Like, honestly, it could be a mortal who got a little too interested.
It would not make much sense for a Tremere to engrave these symbols into a table and a vase it seems a little outside of their area of interest, seeing that they're supposed to be more reserved. No offense to Dustborn, but Dustborns are usually a bit more free and allow for a bit more of an expression of that type of ordeal. The Premier usually is a bit more reserved for keeping their type of information in place, so people aren't aware of what they could be able to do. So that's why I was saying these signs are mostly pointing towards the Dustborn, which means you may have a target on your back relatively soon as this is developing.
Well, I'm glad you warned me in advance so I can at least plan how to not. See, she kind of like flips the knife back together, takes another sip of her soda. She's like leaning back in her chair.
Of course, I get it. You're close to my sire, so I just wanted to make sure that you're prepared of what you may have to deal with in the near future.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I would not keep the drugs just in case.
Oh, they will be returned shortly. That's no problem there. But and just for finality's sake, you have no knowledge or understanding or recollection of what transpired in the docks warehouse 10 years ago.
I was in the middle of trying to get my bachelor's in psychology. Do you know how heavy some of those textbooks are?
Fortunately, no. I do not wish that on the worst of us.
The stress. No, I was knee deep in trying to make sure I passed my classes. I mean, I don't even think I watched any movies during that year just because I hate papers. Yeah, I'll keep an eye and an ear out if I hear anybody else.
And if you run into your problems yourself, please feel free to reach out. Again, I always like to be there to be able to assist when needed. So,
I will. Thanks for the heads up.
of course. Is there anything else I can get you before I depart?
Well, there might be like flash sticks that I don't remember the fact that I saw any of this.
I don't think I technically have that, but I may have some individuals that can perform something similar. So I'll get back to you.
This is okay. You see, she takes the soda. She takes the soda with her as she's leaving.
Does she take into account that I'm sipping something to drink as well?
She seems a little rattled just from having to deal with it, that she just does not pay any attention to it. She's just kind of like taking her bag, taking her soda, and heading towards the door, looking kind of frazzled.
Maida just smirks and says, "Heavy is the head that wears the crown."
I'm regretting getting elected. Can I, like, not be elected? Can I just, like, quit? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure there are many individuals that would love to take your spot, but those, if you were interested in power, it would be a bit more disconcerting depending upon your perspective. So perhaps that's why you were elected.
I was elected to give a voice to the voiceless, but the council doesn't like to listen to the voiceless.
That is not a surprise. Going against the power structure, I do not envy you there.
Alright, well, you have a good rest of your night. I am going to go finish this.
All right, take care.
Right. And as she's leaving, the seagull kind of taps against the glass.
Oh, perfect timing. Aiden will open up the window and have them come in. What does seagulls? Seagulls eat anything, right?
They are absolute trash goblins.
Oh yeah. So the seagull, in that case, once they see the seagull arrive, immediately they're going to grab like a large paper plate and dump like one of those Costco-sized Dorito, those chips, those tortilla chips, and just and just unleash the entire bag on the paper plate for them to be able to start eating.
Yeah, it starts chowing down on like the edge of one.
Perfect. Well, welcome. I'm presuming you may have some good information.
Oh, raccoons. Yes, they are trash idiots and are very quick.
Oh, yes, that's not surprising. What were you able to find?
Well, you left in the big noisy boxes. And they continue to fight. And then they left.
And you followed them, right?
They left.
How did they leave?
They were there, then they were gone.
You mean as in they vanished?
Yes. They were there, then they weren't.
All three of them?
Yes.
Did they reappear anywhere by chance, or were they just gone for good?
Just gone.
Well, that is good to know. Well, your promise is a promise, and we now know what we're dealing with. Enjoy, and welcome to the Louisiana Zoo.
Thank you.
And they'll start.
Do you have fish?
Yes, we have to make sure we give you the proper fish because some of the fish here are relatively special. We will make sure that you're well fed.
Or I like the fish that comes in the little container.
You know what? We could do that. We could give you those specialized fishes on a separate occasion. How about you, if you could, go back out to the location where you were and see if you could be able to track down those raccoons that disappeared.
But they vanished. There's nothing to track.
Oh, they will come back. And when they do, you'll be able to locate where they went to.
Make me a charisma animal again, roll, because you were modifying the deal that you made with it.
Oh no, they're still going to be treated like a king no matter what.
You are giving it an additional thing. It needs more persuasion.
That's no problem. That's no problem. 1, 2. Now, our seagulls are omnivores too?
Yes.
Dang it, no more specialty. Okay, dang it, I should change that. I think most animals are omnivores. They're not herbivores. We're going to change my specialty. I can't think of those words. 1, 2.
Herbivores are like deer and sheep, cows.
Ah, yeah. I gotta change. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh no, I am willpowering that because that was horrific. Okay, 1 second. Ah, much better. That went from 0 to 3 successes. Good God, that was
Hey.
that was nasty.
You see, after a moment, it takes another bite and then leaves. Back out the door. Back out the window.
See you soon.
Ardashir, you're heading back towards your boat?
I am indeed.
Okay, are you making any stops, doing anything on the way back to your boat?
No.
Perfect. You get back to the court, which is your casino that is on a steamship. Everything looks exactly how you left it. There is a couple of high rollers in tonight, so they have already been specified to be getting the best service. Amir still has the box with him because you guys never gave it back to Hank. And then he's carrying it in with you guys as you're heading in.
I'll go and leave that in the office, and then we'll see what comes next.
So what? Sir, if I may ask, what happened in the warehouse?
Nothing of importance, it seems. People are playing with things they don't understand, as usual.
Do you need me to make any inquiries?
Keep an eye on illegal activity, specifically drug dealings. Have you good feelings that a certain group of serpents are acting? Give it a wide berth for now.
Got it. Can do. Anything else you want me to do tonight?
Just keep doing what you do best.
Right. I did finish sorting this in case you wanted to go through it later.
Wonderful.
And you see he kind of gives you like a little head bow before he takes the box and heads to your office.
Everything seems normal tonight.
Yeah, the casino is busy. You are plenty of people enjoying um their night. You can hear, dice rolling, people laughing. It's overall a productive night for you guys.
The not sure will leave things as they are. Probably spend some time moving about, but that's fine for him.
Good. Cherie and Hank, you were going back to Cherie's um Cherie's shop. I had a moment where I forgot the words.
Okay, we're going to the shop to do some book reading.
Some reading, some investigation. I do need to make a phone call or two.
Describe your shop.
Yeah, so Cherie's shop, she runs um it might not be exactly on Bourbon Street, but it's still very much in a touristy, heavy sort of area. And it is very much that tourist trap voodoo shop, but so it's got, a sort of neon sign in the window, and the front window has a display case with that I think her employee sort of decorates based on the season that's happening right now. So we're ramping up to Easter. So there's this big display, and it's skeletons and top hats. There's dried herbs hanging from the ceiling. The entire thing is just crammed. Like it's not a huge space, but when you walk in, it feels even smaller than it is because floor to ceiling is just crammed full of everything you could possibly imagine. And a lot of it is like stupid touristy stuff. You have like little keychains and magnets on a couple of like rotating little spindle things, but then you also behind the counter have some very dusty, very old looking books with symbols that you don't quite recognize. You've got strange herbs hanging from the ceiling. You've got skulls popping up all over the place, and it has kind of that weird musty smell. Everything has a slightly the shelves themselves I think have a little bit of a fine layer of dust on it, but the objects have been pretty recently dusted, just like you dust the objects but you don't like pick them up and dust underneath. So it is kind of like, hey, we were trying to be clean, but we also want to have this little air of mystery to it. And so yeah, it's rich and claustrophobic, and there's a little bit of everything in here.
Perfect. Are you guys sitting in your office in one of the back rooms?
Yeah, I think that we went through the back way, and after Hank Parr's like, all right, son, let's get inside, and I unlocked the back door, and grateful that he was okay enough to get us back, and whatever that weird blood thing didn't, we didn't get pulled over and have to deal with any of that nonsense. All right, let's get you inside. I think I have a beer hanging out in the fridge somewhere, maybe a glass of water for you. We're in like the back room sort of office area where like the safe is, like the manager office.
Well, I do appreciate it. Oh, we should probably get to business.
Indeed. Can I pull down a couple books that I think might be alchemy related, at least for looking up those symbols and kind of shoving those at Hank? Um, and then also anything that, if I have anything regarding sort of weird blood or blood effects or things. Kind of shove those at him to peruse while I make some phone calls.
You are able to do so. Hank, you have been given a stack of books.
Yeah,
Oh
and
boy.
there's like a little like sliding ladder thing that I go up and down with. Like, hold my cane and pull up books and
Oh my
toss them to him. Not toss, gently give. You don't, now be careful with these. I don't sell these. These are my private collection.
Oh, of course. Thank you. Ooh, this looks fun. She's looking at some of the titles.
It's like alchemy, the art of yesterday, and like various other like occulty tombs. Cherie, who are you calling?
I think my first call would have to be to. I do know someone within the ministry named. His name already came up once tonight, Renard, and I would like to give him a call real quick just to test the temperature of the waters socially and just see if anything's popped up or perhaps he has any information on what might have happened to our good friend Hank.
You give him a call. It rings twice before you hear the familiar southern drawl of one Renaud. Hello, this is Renaud. What can I do for you tonight?
Hello, sweetheart, darling. How's your mama and all them?
Miss Benoit, you know my mama dead.
Well, just roll with it. I know your mama dead, but how's your family and all them?
They're good.
Well, that's good to hear. Nothing new, nothing interesting.
I mean, not particularly, unless you count the fact that somebody got a python stuck in a drain.
Well,
To be honest, somebody was throwing a mouse where they shouldn't have.
well, that sounds real interesting. It sounds like a good way to keep busy and stay out of bigger trouble. I, I did call you because I do need something.
I suppose my calendar is rather blank right now tonight.
I've got a friend here that, well, he's he doesn't quite understand everything that's happened to him roughly about 10 years ago. And he's just looking for some information. It seems like he was investigating a cult, and now he is part of our family, if you know what I mean. And I just didn't know if you knew any sort of situations that might have been happening about a decade ago or so, anything weird.
I mean, I can think of a couple things that were weird a decade ago. Music for number one was weird a decade ago. That whole EDM thing kind of swooped through and took everything. I still do miss it at times. But I think you're talking more weird. Um, you're not talking about the shenanery that happened at the warehouse, are you?
Warehouse? What do you mean warehouse?
Oh, yeah, no, oh, I keep forgetting you're not on my side of the family tree. Um,
Warehouse does sound interesting, darling. Why don't you tell me more about it?
oh, it was a police raid. Ismail got rather annoyed because, uh, a
Ismail,
lot of
he was
our
involved in that nonsense.
our our import export business gets ran through there.
Yeah.
Um, so, we weren't too happy with the cops coming around.
See,
Um,
no one likes them.
uh, other than that, as far as I know, I don't think they ever caught whoever with the building. It was a whole hoopla. Uh, but hey, import export
No, and so
still valid.
it was just an import-export thing. There wasn't anything else going on in that way. I mean, because Ishmael and I, we go way back, and I making sure. I didn't know 10 years ago. It's a long time, but it's also no time at all, and just making sure that the. I know the police have short memories, but nothing else strange happened. Just a police raid, and
I mean,
that's it.
Miss Benoit, you know that I was younger back then. New into my new adopted family. Um, well, not like new, but new here, new. Um, Ismail doesn't like to talk about it, but something about cult tea activities. A couple people went missing. Big
People went missing, or some family members went missing.
little column A, little column B.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not like my family member, but like we'll go with other family
Yeah,
members.
yeah, our
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah, cousins, distant cousins.
Distant cousins went missing. I hear you.
Hmm hmm
No, that is a lot to take in. But I really appreciate that. Is there anything I can do for you? Any way I could repay this favor?
I will keep it in mind, Miss Benoit. I got nothing on tonight. Uh,
That's
not not
it's just
not
a little
unless
one. It's a little one.
yeah. I mean, not unless you want to have a talk with a reticulated python about why it cannot fit itself into the drain again.
Well, I
She,
mean, I personally cannot talk to animals. That's sort of outside of my purview. But I could get you. I could get a hold of some rats for you if you need some bait, and I might have a friend or two that, if a conversation is truly necessary, perhaps arrange something like that for you.
you can kind of hear like the chair he's sitting in creak a bit as he's like leaning back. I've got the rats, but maybe I'll hold that in my back pocket in case anything else happens. I think she's learned her lesson for the night.
Well,
And you can kind of hear him like turning the chairs if he's possibly looking at something.
you give my best to that snake. Make sure that she's good and fed, and I will talk to you at a later date. I do appreciate this conversation. It's good to keep check on each other.
It is. I have made a mention of to come over. Also, have do you know where Cedric is?
He's been out and about. He's got that business that just keeps him so busy.
Yeah. He's busy. But I will talk to you later, Miss Benoit. I've gotta. Oh, where the hell do you think you're going? No, not the drain. And you see he quickly hangs up the phone.
Well, that is interesting. Hank, dear,
Hmm.
do you do you know when you were doing your investigations back uh, before the unpleasantness? Did you come across someone named Ishmael?
Hmm.
Does that name ring a bell?
Should I roll to remember?
Roll me some. Let's do wits and investigation because you are investigating your memories.
See here. Two successes.
The name seems familiar, but you can't place where and why.
Yeah, it rings the bell. Just I'm not sure which one. It's
No,
been so long.
that's all right. Don't worry about it. Just that name has come up several times this evening, and I don't believe in coincidences.
Hmm. Yeah, no. Coincidence is usually just an excuse for not knowing what's going on. What else would I need to roll for like actually reading through these books, or these contain no useful information?
Let's do some intelligence in the cult.
Can I like add a dice
You
for
you
helping?
you you may. You can add a dice for Miss Cherie's help.
Oh wow!
I picked out good books for you.
But it's the good. It's reading the good book. Oh man, almost crit twice.
Keyword almost.
Almost, yeah. So, two crit. Well, so 2 10s. That's 4 successes. 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
As you are looking through the books, these are books on alchemy. It is a lot to take in. It is not the most exciting reading that you are looking through. For the alchemy books, it's basically reiterating a lot of the stuff I mentioned previously on the fact that those are the three principal elements within alchemy, and also a lot of the same information. A lot of symbology in regards to both all three of those, and it's very dry stuff. The blood does not mention anything about the effects that you were going under, um, which is still ha 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 yes, it is basically Alchemy for Dummies volumes 1 through 7. Basically it goes over everything about alchemy, and then the blood, it doesn't give any of the specifics that you were going under. So you would need to seek out a more supernatural based, perhaps the Tremere.
Okay. All right. I wouldn't necessarily know that specifically. Like, I don't know who the Tremere are.
No,
Or
no.
maybe I've heard of them, and if I have, then I think that there's some sort of.
Yeah, you would need to seek out one weird street gang.
That's right, that one weird street gang.
And
Learn magic with this one cool trick.
And that is where we're gonna end for tonight. Keep your magic secrets hidden.
Sure, that'll be the final word of the story. I don't think I could sum it up any better than that. All right, so that is the end of our episode. So we'll go ahead and let these wonderful people tell you what they're up to. And I will start us off this time, because if you want to continue the story of vampires, you can follow me over to McStabber Studios, where I will be playing a Giovanni lawyer who is just trying to keep his coterie in touch with their humanity. And that game continues every Friday night at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So go ahead and give us a look. But first up, Aiden, your turn.
What? Sorry, I was in such shock of Reed playing the character with high humanity, because he always was to burn everything to the ground. So I was like, what universe is this? What universe is this? Okay. This was an absolute blast. In terms of things that I'm working on, if you're happening to come to WonderCon, make sure to come by booth 1530, because I am debuting, after a long time in the waiting, our first comic book for Snowstorm Comics, called Rise of the Nephilim. We're so excited. We got so many products available ready. We got a standard edition, variant edition, as well as many other items. As well, this is our first time being at a convention, selling stuff under the Snowstorm comic handle. So super excited, a bit nervous as we're debuting here. So make sure to come on by and check us out. From Friday to Sunday. But that's me. That's what I'm going on. That's what's going on.
All right, Sherry, it's your turn.
Hi, I am Di. You can find me at Dicromaniac. Mostly on Tumblr these days. I don't really do a whole lot of other social media. But there's some other stuff coming up that you can find me on. But mostly right now, it's here. So yes, check out Kira at WonderCon.
All right. Hank, my friend, it's your turn.
Oh yeah. Well, this is pretty much where you can find me. Whether it's this game or one of other one of Ree's other ill-fated adventures. Yeah, pretty much around here. There may be something new in the future, but this is it. And I guess I have social media. I just don't really use it for anything because I'm not a social person.
All right. Then, last but certainly not least, Ari.
Hi, if you want to keep up with me on the internet, I am still over on the Twitters. I don't really honestly use it that much anymore. So if you want to see things, that's roughly where I'll be. It is Small Shadow Snack over on Twitter. I am also on Blue Sky, even though I don't post a lot. I do tend to check it daily. I am Aurelia Crane over there. But yeah, most of my shows you can catch me here currently because that's what I'm doing. But I also will be with Kira at WonderCon. So come by, stop, say hi, buy the comic because it's really good. So yeah, excitement.
All right, and with that, our story has come to its end this evening. So please make sure to join us again next week as we continue where this story goes and see just what chaos we've gotten ourselves into.